Good morning, my dear students, and a very warm welcome to all of you in this e-learning program. Welcome to Science by Harsha ma'am. Now, friends, if we talk about the basic thing of the lesson, then we are doing the lesson that is the topic is some natural phenomena. In this lesson, some natural phenomena, we have discussed about lightning as one of the phenomena. After lightning, we discussed about its safety measures and what we need to do so that the uh, problems that are created by lightning will be less. After that, we discussed about earthquake and what are the important terminologies about the earthquakes were discussed. Now, in our today's session, we are going to move further on the topic that is where do earthquakes occur? कहाँ होते कहाँ है earthquake? This is the topic that we are going to do. Uh, Most of the earthquakes they are occurring at the plates below the Earth's crust. There are 12 plates, and the movement of that plates at their boundaries when they are meeting each other or when they are moving, at that time mostly the earthquakes are seen. They are also occurring within the place, and when the plates they slide over each other or when they pass nearby each other, the earthquakes are occurring. So these are the places where the earthquakes are occurring. So I hope you'll be able to manage it. That is outer layer of the earth. It is consisting of about a dozen layered irregularly shaped plates. And when these plates slide over each other, the earthquakes are produced. Next topic is the causes of earthquake. That is, why is the earthquake caused now? If we talk about the causes, then there are four causes which we will discuss in detail today. If we talk about the causes of earthquake, then in that the very first cause is the volcanic eruptions. Now, what is volcano? When the hot gases or the molten rock, when it is gushing out from the earth's surface at any place, then a volcano is formed. When you were very small, the very easy experiment that you were doing was the formation of volcano. It's very easy. You just have to see that the there is effervescence. Now, the energy released during the volcanic eruptions is responsible for the earthquake. The earthquake, if we talk about this, then it will occur only in the area surrounding it, and it will be more in proportion near the epicenter and less in the side by areas. Uh, The intensity of such earthquake, it is only high near the volcanoes but not besides it. Many earthquakes due to volcanic eruptions are reported at many places in Washington, then at Mount Spur, then Redoubt volcano at Alaska, and these are the name of the volcanoes which you need to remember. So the very first cause of earthquake, that is the volcanic eruptions. That is gushing out of molten rocks or hot gases from the earth at a particular place is called volcano. That results in the movement is called as volcano. This volcano results in the movement of the earth's crust. The intensity of the earthquake is more at the place where earthquake is, where volcano is formed. Okay, so these are the important parameters regarding the volcanic eruptions. Further, you are having it will affect more at epicenter, that also we will note down. Okay, so this is the first cause, which is volcanic eruptions. Please note down this content that is written on the board. After that, we will move further on the next topic, which is how man-made explosions that can create earthquake. Note down the content. So I hope you have noted down the content. Now let's move further. The next cause of earthquake is the man-made explosion. One of the cause of the earthquake is the man-made explosion. If we talk about this concept, how the man-made explosions are made, then whenever there is underground mining or the rocks are blasted by using dynamite or any kind of nuclear weapon, then that can cause the vibrations. And these vibrations, what do they result into? They result into the earthquake. So how are the man-made explosions done? They are done by underground mining or blasting the rocks. Vibrations may be produced in the region around it, and this vibrations causes the earthquakes. So this is how the man-made explosions are responsible for causing the earthquake. So that is how they result into earthquake. The next cause is the dislocation of the earth's crust. By any means, if the crust is getting bent, then the crust may first bend and then it may try to settle into the new positions. And during this process, the vibrations are produced. The vibrations are called as seismic waves, as you already know, and they are responsible for the formation of the earthquake. So the next concept is the dislocation of the earth's crust. Okay, so and these are the most destructive earthquakes that are ever caused. So these are the most destructive earthquakes. Uh, the most destructive earthquakes are called SPAD, the dislocation of the Earth's crust, that are called as faults. The definition is also important. Further, if we talk about uh, the earthquake, then what is actually happening? The Earth's crust first it bends and then it tries to settle into the new position. Okay, and during this, the seismic waves are produced. That is, the vibrations are produced. And what does that result into? That results into the earthquake. So the waves that are produced over here are again the seismic waves. And how do they travel? They are traveling along the surface of the earth at a very uh, different speeds. And earthquakes, they generally occur along the faults that has been proved now. So these are important points regarding the two things, that is the man-made explosion and the dislocation of the Earth's crust. So please note down this content. After that, we'll move further. I hope you have noted down the content. Further now, if we talk about the next particular content, then that is the movement of the tectonic plates. We all know that a lithosphere is believed to be made up of 12 plates that are floating over the molten magma in the mantle. This is the last cause. It is believed that lithosphere is made up of 12 tectonic plates which float over molten magma in the mantle. In the beginning, only we discussed that maximum earthquakes are occurring at this place. At this, that is at the boundaries of the plates. Next, how now the earthquake is occurring? Then the magma, when it is rising up, so it will push the two plates apart. Okay, whenever the magma is coming up, it will push the plates apart, and again, that can result into the earthquake. Next, there is a possibility that these two plates may slide past one another, just एक दूसरे के साथ टकरा जाए, then the earthquake may occur. And further, when one of the plate is uh, overriding another and pushing it downward into the mantle. Okay, so if one is going trying to be up, then what will happen? It will push the another plate upward. So one of the plate is overriding the other. It can cause earthquake. So these are the ways. These are the causes of the earthquakes. Note down the last cause, and after that we will move further on the next particular concept, which is the magnitude of the earthquake. Magnitude matlab kya? It means simply means the value. So it will tell us how much is the amplitude of the seismic waves, and it is measured by using the Richter scale. So please first note down this, then we'll move further. note it quickly, then we'll move further. So this completes the content of causes of earthquake. The next topic which we are going to do is this, the magnitude of earthquake. The scale which is used to measure the intensity is the Richter scale. This scale is used for measuring the intensity or the magnitude of the earthquake. If we measure the intensity of seismic waves, we can calculate the magnitude of the earthquake by using the Richter scale. It was given by Charles Richter in 1935. Later, the modifications were made by his colleagues and his fellow members. That is Benno Gutenberg. He made some changes in 1965, and this is the best known scale. One of the important thing is this scale is logarithmic. अब उससे क्या होगा लॉगरिथमिक से इफ वी टॉक अबाउट वेरी कॉमन थिंग कि कोई भी चीज़ है कोई भी अर्थक्वेक की वैल्यू है अगर उसकी वैल्यू 5 है और किसी दूसरी जगह पे उसकी वैल्यू 3 है देन we will because the scale is logarithmic we will take its 10 power that is this will be 10 raised to 3 and this will be 10 raised to 5. What is 10 raised to 3,000? What is 10 raised to 5? 100,000. Okay. So what are they differing by how much? They are not differing by the unit of 2. They are differing by the term 100. So here, if we talk about the magnitude of, if the magnitude is 3 on the Richter scale and somewhere if it is 5, then 3 magnitude is 100 times less as compared to 5. Okay. Why this is happening? Because it is logarithmic. That means log. It's also with base 10. So here what will we take? 10 to the power this we will take. Okay, see they have given you over here. Earthquake of magnitude 5 is 10 times the magnitude 4. In the same way, earthquake of magnitude 5 will be 100 times the magnitude of 3. Okay, so this is again a very important point. That is, this scale is logarithmic. If we move further, then earthquake that are measuring from 0 to 3, they come in the mild earthquakes. Okay, if the measure is 0 to 3, then the earthquakes are mild. Next, if they are measuring 6 or more, then they are major. And if it is 8 or greater, then it is a severe earthquake. And it can destroy the complete city. Okay? Even if we want to measure the seismic waves, then there is an instrument that is called a seismograph. Uh, that is on the seismograph, the like on a cylinder, a paper is wrapped, and to it, with the help of spring, it is kept on a the drum, that is the cylinder, is kept holding, and at the bottom the sand is arranged. Depending on the intensity, it will move and the waves will be produced on the drum. The diagram of it is shown over here, where at the end the marker is kept which will make all the intensities. Okay, so that is how we can measure the seismic waves. Moving further on the concept about the intensity of earthquake. Now, what is the intensity? If we talk about the intensity, then it is measure of how strong a shock was felt. Okay, कि जोर का झटका कितना जोर से लगा, like that. And the intensity of the earthquake, it is modified by, it is explained by Mercalli scale. This is used, and it is having the measurements from 1 to 12. These are its measuring scales, and 12, it means complete destruction. Of magnitude 10, it was formed at Alaska. Okay, so these are the important points regarding the intensity of the earthquake. It is how strongly the earthquake was felt, and with this, we complete with the content of intensity. Moving further on the next particular topic, that is tsunami. Now, what is tsunami? You already know. Whenever now the concept you are having is what are the damaging effects and how can you protect against the earthquake. If we talk about tsunami, then what is tsunami? Whenever the earthquake is occurring inside the ocean, that is under the ocean at that time, the waves, that is the water waves, they will gush out and they will move. That is called as tsunami. These waves, they are traveling at very high speed. Now, what high speed? They are traveling at the speed of about 1000 kilometer per hour. Okay. And if we talk about their height, then they are of more than 30-meter height. So that is how the tsunamis are occurring, and it is earthquakes are occurring very frequently inside the ocean. And on 26th of December 2004, tsunami was generated by the earthquake along Indonesia. Just 2 years back, I hope you remember, even the Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu people faced lots of problem because of the tsunami, that it completely destroyed the places that were nearby. The next is damaging effects of the earthquake. Now, the damaging effects, it depends on some of the factors. Okay, how much it will damage, it is depending on some of the factors. The first one is the magnitude of the earthquake. More the magnitude will be, more will be the destruction. Less will be the magnitude, lesser will be the destruction. Next is the local geological conditions. आजू बाजू में जो भी कंडीशंस होती हैं, जो अर्थ की फेवर में हो या फेवर में ना हो, उस हिसाब से द अर्थक्वेक का इम्पैक्ट है वो चेंज होता है. फोकल डेप्थ, दैट वी हैव स्टडीड दैट मोर द डेप्थ, more will be the like deeply it is taking place, it will create some problem. Next is the distance from the epicenter. Then design of buildings and other structures, that is how we discussed for if we are taking proper foundations, wide foundations, then the chances of the earthquake or the damaging impacts of it are less. The soil that is used, that is coming under the geological place, geological structure, and the density of the construction and the population in the affected area. So these are the things. If the population is more over there, then the the damaging impact will be more. People will be harmed a lot. Next is what is happening because of the earthquakes. Because of the earthquakes, that is the buildings get collapsed. Then the railway tracks, they may get damaged. The bridges, roads, they get damaged. If the buildings are falling, people may get trapped inside those buildings. It can cause the landslides, and they can even change the course of the river, and that can result into the floods. And if underground water pipe or gas pipes are there, then they can also be damaged. So these are the damaging effects of the earthquake, and I hope you will be able to write it on your own, because this is the content which you already know. Some of the basic concepts, and I'm not making you write. Moving further is protection against the earthquake. What should we do whenever the earthquake is occurring? Then there are two possibilities. First of all, what should we do before, so that the earthquake doesn't occur only? Whenever, or if it is occurring, it will cause less harm. Whenever the buildings are made, then avoid using heavy material like stone, granite, marbles. Use the light roof, because if it is falling, the problem created by it will be less. Next, cupboards and shelves, they should be fixed to the walls. Otherwise, what will happen? They'll directly fall because of the moving one. Then, hanging items, whatever are there, they should be less. Next is, if you are at home and the earthquake is happening, then what we have to do? Just run out of the house and stand near the door frame, because the door frame will not collapse. It was the roof that will come down. If you are on the bed, then cover your head with the pillow, because head is the main important part. If it gets damaged, then people may die. Stay away from any of the tall or heavy object. If you are outside and you are driving, then slow down the speed of your vehicle and go on the open area. Avoid going nearby any of the tall poles or the overhead transmission lines. You can sit on the ground till things become fine. Okay, so with this the lesson ends. This is the content which you have to right now note it down, and please first note it down, and with this we conclude with the lesson. First note down. So I hope you have noted down the content, and with this, lesson number 15 gets over, and further we'll move further on the next particular lesson. That's all for today. Thank you so much, my dear students, for listening to me, and have a very good day. Bye bye.